This time on Boneyard Revivals, we're back with Tammy the Tahoe. And it goes about as good as it did in the first video. Yep. Why are you with junk? Anyways, hey, I'm Robert. You're watching Boneyard Revivals. Okay, I had to play musical vehicles for a while. Now we're ready to get old Tammy back in the garage. And let's see if the camshaft and crankshaft position sensor I got hopefully fixes the issue. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, let's do that. So the whole, it runs warm and then it shuts off issue has kind of gotten to the point now where it's actually bad enough where it'll actually, thanks dude, but it gets to the point now where like it's probably gonna stall and I don't even know if it'll make it over to the garage door. Like I said, kind of took a shot in the dark here, if I'm being 100% honest, by buying the camshaft and crankshaft position sensor. But I figured throw them in there. What's the worst case scenario? Like what? It doesn't work. And also, that also, you know, means that we get to do another video with Tammy the Tahoe. I started digging into it a little more. And the symptoms that it has is really telling me a full T camshaft or crankshaft position sensor. So started looking around and I could buy a crankshaft position sensor and a camshaft position sensor both off of Rock Auto for 20 bucks a piece. So we went and got them. We're gonna throw them in today. Now this is the difference between a good mechanic and a bad mechanic. I'm not a good one. A good one would have done a bunch of diagnostic tests, probably hooked up, you know, a meter and start probing everything and doing stuff. And I'm at a point where I don't care anymore. And what's 40 bucks to throw at it? And if it works, cool. If it don't, it don't. Camshaft position sensor and crankshaft position sensor. I did a little bit of research beforehand, looking on how much of a pain in the butt it is to get to these, and these both are gonna suck. This one, the camshaft position sensor is gonna be all the way on the back of the engine, like tucked in. It's gonna be interesting to try to get back there. I'm gonna try to do it. I saw guys actually literally remove the whole intake. I'm not doing that. That's stupid. That's too much work for me. And then we have our camshaft position sensor, which means I have to drop the starter down and slap this bad boy in. Now what I want to do here is I don't necessarily want to throw them both in at the same time. So I'm thinking we're gonna pick one. So we're gonna do the camshaft one first, then crankshaft. If camshaft fixes it, may or may not throw this in until motor's out of it, but let's stop rambling like I always do and let's get the fix. Transition. So yeah, ratchet's in there. All right, so bolt's out, but now the crankshaft position sensor itself is kind of stuck in there. Oh. Oh. Well, there's that. That looks incredibly dirty on the end. Don't know why. But there's the old one. Now I saw too that guys were also lubing up this O-ring. I don't know if you can see that blue O-ring there. They've been lubing that up, so I'm gonna take a little bit of grease or something, probably motor oil or something, and just kind of, you know, a dab will do. All right, dab will do. Oh yeah, and they're like swimwear boys. That's what we like to see. All right, now where's that? All right, let's plug back in. I gotta tighten down our bolt and bam, new camshaft position sensor in. We'll reconnect the battery, and we'll fire it up and see what happens. Watch nothing change, and I struggled for nothing. It's usually how it goes for me, but you know, keep that positive attitude, boys. Oh, that tripped off. I wonder if that has any significant importance. We'll ignore it. We'll ignore it. All right, battery's plugged back in. Let's see what we got. There's the fuel pump. Any engine lights? No. I'm so used to this thing messing up where I hear like the slightest little, what almost sounds like a miss or something, and I immediately assume that it's the worst. Okay. Well, fired right back up. Okay, not camshaft position sensor apparently. So far sitting here idling away. We have to be getting close to our temps now. Hey Bubs, what's the temp in there? Can you tell me? Yeah, she's pretty close to being warmed up. So, yeah, it's fully up on temp now. I'm gonna be very delicate and just kind of back it up a little bit and then pull it forward again. I say we throw a little bit more fuel in this thing and we back it out of here. I'm not trying to jinx myself here, but I got a bad feeling. We're going outside. All right, we're going out. I got a bad feeling about this though. We will find out. I'm backing her all the way down the driveway. All right, we're doing some dangerous stuff here. It's gonna die right at the bottom, and then it's gonna be dead there, guaranteed. But yeah, we got some more fuel in it as well. There's no way. I mean, like, it still dies, but like, if it comes right back to life, I have no problem with that. Remember what I just said about it not coming back to bite me? Yeah. Dang it! I did say the bottom of the driveway though. It got back up almost to the garage door. That's when you know you got a good unit. Back to the drawing board. Dang it. So, discussion time. What's weird to me is that it improved it. Yeah, it still has that main issue, but it didn't do it as soon. So, that means we have a slew of issues going on here. So, if I replace crank and camshaft position sensor, they were both screwing up and both doing weird stuff. I don't know. But at this point, there's nothing we can do except sit here and wait for it to cool down. Hopefully when it cools down, it fires back up. I can roll it back in here. And I guess we'll put it up on jack stands, crawl under it, pull the starter down out of it, and put the crankshaft position sensor in it too. Tammy. Why you gotta be like that? It's not quite cooled down, but please just fire back up. There it goes. Well, let's roll her back in. Y'all think this thing can do a burnout? Ozzy shouted in here. And it smells like rubber now. Okay, let's stop screwing around and let's change out a crankshaft position sensor and have that still not fix the problem. At this point, we're just having fun with this turd. All right, now we're gonna change our crankshaft position sensor. So like I said, we're also talking, and the way that it was acting last night, off camera it didn't do it, but when it first died out here in the driveway, it did this weird thing that when I was cranking on it, it was actually firing, because sometimes it wouldn't fire at all. But I noticed it was firing, and like it almost seemed like it was like late and delayed, like it was firing out the exhaust. And so it would fire a little bit, and then it would diesel, which means if it's dieseling, that means 9 times out of 10 there's the timing, and if I'm not mistaken, is usually late, so it's burning it as it's going out the exhaust. So a crankshaft position sensor that's starting to go faulty would most definitely do that. Basically, if this sensor's heating up and it's shortening out or whatever, it very, very well could be this one. But putting the camshaft sensor in it, kind of helped eliminate whether it was that or not. And like I said, for 40 bucks, I'm cool with it. So let's slide under there. Let's drop the starter out, let her do her relearn process, and maybe Tammy will be fixed. So here's our starter down on what would be the passenger side of the block. Got to drop those 2 bolts out. Alrighty, there she is. A lot of guys are pulling the starter down and completely out of the way. I'm trying not to. They're also taking off like this metal cover here and all that stuff. I'm trying not to do that. I think I can sneak it out, but we got to get that bolt out of it, then pull it out and get the new one in. Like I said, I think I'll have enough room to do this. We'll give her the old college try. Well, there she is. I had to fight that one hard. She was stuck pretty good. I actually ended up breaking it a little bit, but there's the old one out. We'll clean it up. I'll get a rag, wipe off the area on the block. It is crusty under there. But we'll get rid of that one and put the new one in. All right, there she is. New one's in. Didn't have to disconnect the starter like we thought we were. So it all worked out. So I got to put the starter back in with that plate that it has over there. Then we got to reconnect our oil pressure sensor switch for the oil pan, and or whatever switch that is. I'm pretty sure that's what it's for. But yeah, plug all that back in and we are done down here. All right, so batteries connected, new crankshaft position sensors in there. Within disconnecting the battery, it should reset the ECU, so it should kind of re-self-warn itself. So I guess, like I said, I saw 2 different things where guys were like, it can relearn by itself, but you can also reset it with the scanner. We're gonna fire it up and see what it does. If it acts all weird and whatever, or it seems like it's relearning it, we'll take it from there. I don't want to have to grab the scanner if I don't have to. So let's fire it up. Let's get it off the ramps. Let's get it outside. Let's see if we fix Tammy. Probably not. See it. We have our junkyard bumper hung on there. Figured, even if we don't end up driving it on the road, it makes sense to put it on because I spent money for it. So I might as well, make it look good. Okay. Batteries connected. So that struggle in the run right there, or to fire up, is basically the ECU trying to relearn the crankshaft position sensor. But I'm gonna let it warm up for a little bit here, and then I guess we'll go right back to running it up and down the driveway, see what happens. I want to do once it warms up too, I want to do some RPM pulls, kind of like sweep the gauge a little bit, just so it can relearn on all points of the curve throughout the RPM range, basically. because that's something that I kind of read into that you're supposed to do when you actually do the relearn thing. So we'll do that as well, and we'll see what happens. So. What are you doing? Get out of there! You don't belong there! They're moving in. It's been sitting too long, boys. They're moving in. They're taking over. I feel dirty now. All right, she's warmed up. Let's go run her up and down the driveway, see what happens. And it just died. Okay, fire it back up. Just dieseled there too. Diesel though. Dang it. Alright, we're just gonna let it sit. Dang it. Well, that's gonna do it for this video. Who knows what we're gonna do with Tammy. I'd like to get her running. I think you guys would like to see that too, so maybe we'll actually do some more diagnostic tests in the next video instead of just me just throwing parts at it. There's also a part of me too that at this point with Tammy, like, you know, I probably should just rip the good stuff out of it. You know, the 5.3 and anything else I want to keep and get rid of it. You know, we have a lot of projects coming up and I'd rather invest my time onto those projects than Tammy, but, you know, we'll see what happens. You'll have to stay tuned and make sure you're subscribed, all right? Either Tammy will live on or Tammy won't, okay? And the 5.3 will go into something way cooler. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate the love and support as always. And remember, get out in the shop, start wrenching on your projects, because otherwise, you know, if you're not in the garage, you don't have the pleasure of getting the headaches and beating your head off the wall when something ain't working. And I can't be the only one doing that, so go do that so we're all suffering together. All right? But anyways, guys, take care. I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.